Hello and welcome to the Gemini Rogues. This is our top 5 tier 5 heavy number 1. And as you can see, it's the O-I Experimental.
It's a beast.
So what are we saying, Killers 05? Because technically you chose number 1.
With good reason. You can see from that video, it just demolishes things. I love it. The O-I Experimental, I can't really give you a brief history on it because it's not really got one. As the name suggests, it is an experimental tank. It never really existed.
Did they ever make a prototype?
No.
No, just exists on paper.
Yeah, so it's hard to give you an history background on it.
It's Japanese.
Yeah, it's packing a great gun on it.
Yeah, it's a nice gun. You got like a nice gun.
Not that much armour, even though it's a massive thing, but it is as mobile as hell.
It's pretty fast, yeah.
Scoots about everywhere.
I do like it. It moves well for a big one, doesn't it?
We're going to look at some clips and we're going to get you some more rundown on its ins and outs, makeups, and everything. How to kill it, how to get kills in it, which isn't that difficult with its gun, but we'll give you a brief description.
Are you going to show us like why it's number 1?
Yeah. It's not hard. It's not very hard.
It's not very hard. So it's got lots of positives.
Yeah, lots of positives. A few weaknesses.
A few.
But you can negate them with your gameplay.
Can people exploit those?
They can and they can't. It depends how you play. You can defend them.
You can defend them?
Yeah.
You're going to show us how to kill them?
Yeah, I'm going to show you how to kill them. It's not very easy. But we're going to show you how. It's hard to start out where it, put it that way, so if this thing shoots you, you normally know about it.
Yeah.
As it comes to stats on it, it's the best tier 5 for a reason. Best fuel range out of tier 5 heavies, best mobility out of tier 5 heavies, best alpha damage out of tier 5 heavies. DPM's right up there as well, 1,856, which is one at most out of tier 5 heavies.
Pretty convincing.
Most ammo out of tier 5 heavies it carries. Yeah, where do you want me to finger? Where do you want me to stop? It's best ramming tank out of tier 5 heavies. It's not even got a challenger.
Yeah. Anyway.
Best gun depression out of tier 5 heavies.
Yeah, I know.
Most hit points out of tier 5 heavies.
Anything else before we go into a clip?
No, I'm done now.
We're going to save anything.
Yeah.
Let's give it all away. Let's give everything away. Anyway, let's have a look at this first clip and you can tell us then why you're doing it. Why are you doing it? Okay. Go on then. Killers 05, I want you to tell me exactly why this is our number 1 tier 5 heavy.
I might have mentioned this to you already, I don't know if you noticed. Well, straight away, I was going to quick rundown on what gun we're packing in. It's a 10cm gun or 100mm, whichever way you want to say it. It's the same, there's only one way of looking at it, it's the same kind of thing. 300 alpha damage from that. 300. Which is pretty impressive. Yeah. And there's a, talk about the armour on it. 75mm.
All over.
75mm on the front. If you look at that tank, 75mm on the front, no matter where you look. That no weak spot. You've got no weak lower plate. You've got no weak top hull. You've got no weak turret. It is 75mm everywhere. So if you can't pen it from front, you're not going to find anywhere to pen it from front. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So if you can't pen it on front, you can't pen it on the side.
Well, the sides are a little bit different. There's 70, so you lose 5 on side. So it's not. So you can kind of get this thing at right angles to somebody, at 45 degrees, and you're only losing 5 on side. And you can see gun in action here straight away. Boom. That's why it's number 1. Yeah. Light tank, boom. The accuracy. We've talked about the gun already. It's 10cm, 300 alpha damage. The penetration, it's all right, 130. But the only drawback of the tank, 150 on the APCR. An extra, obviously, it's like explosives. Extra 20 on your premium round. You can see it, aim time, 2.6 second aim time. Bit of a waste for a shot there for 11, but it's a kill. We weren't tell that when we started aiming.
You tried.
0.41 accuracy as well on the gun, so you're not going to be picking targets off from 400 metres easily.
It's not a very good snipe.
Yeah, it's a peek-a-boom tank, I like to call it, and we're going to see this on this corner, perfect example of it. You can see the massive size of it. This is a 100-ton tank. 100. Look at that. What's not to love about this tank? There's no other every tank at tier 5 you can roll around that corner and do that way. I mean, possibly the KV1 with a dirt gun on, but you're not guaranteed to penetrate.
Is this an actual dirt gun?
Well, it is 130mm penetration. It's not really associated. Yeah. That's a Churchill. The one just going through. They're all lined up here. Reload. Pop back out. Line it up again.
What about artillery? Does it
artillery loves it. Artillery loves it. I don't think it absorbs it well. We're going to get a fine example from our friend here to his right in a minute, how well it is at absorbing artillery shells. And you can see the guns, it's not inaccurate, but again, bang, gone. It's just you peak and you boom in this tank. There's no two ways about it. Is
that an actual Gemini Road catchphrase, peekaboo?
No, it's a general tactic, as we spoke. 1,806, 856 DPM on it. Yeah, we're firing these shells as well. They're cheap shells, so it's a fantastic money earner as well.
Have you ever fired all of them?
I think it's impossible. If you fired them all, you'd do 30,000 damage. It carries a vast amount of ammo, 100 shells.
There's a dead one next to you.
That's the absorption of artillery shells for you there. And you can see manoeuvrability. It's a massive 100-ton tank, but it's racing around like a medium. It's fantastic. With the armour 75mm, it's not fantastic, but if you get in tier 3 and 4 tanks coming at you, they're not going to be able to pen you. The speed this has got the potential ramming skill of a KV5 from tier 8.
Right.
That's the equivalent ramming this tank can do.
Power, weight, and everything.
And you can see here, we're going to start getting a few shots up as bumps, so just keep going.
Just keep driving.
We've got the 8 points to play with. We're going to see the ramming capabilities here.
He's gnawing at you, isn't he? On the back.
We shoot the Matilda here, straight inside. Why wait for a reload?
You don't need
Let's use this weight. We're going to get to him before we've reloaded.
There's no need to wait.
I mean, top speed, it gets up towards 40 kilometres an hour. It turns quick, traverses quick. I mean, it's not fantastic, don't get me wrong, but for the size of it, it's pretty impressive. Same with turret.
So what's camo rating like? Sorry.
Abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. But it makes up for that with its view range. 360 metre view range, which is the most again at tier 5 heavy, is fantastic. I mean, 360 Hellcats packing 410. So for a big heavy, that's pretty impressive.
That's very good, actually.
And we've already spoke, no weak spots. 700 hit points, L pull, most out of the tier 6 heavies. You can keep going on. I mean, the reload's not bad. I think it's about 8.44 you can get it down to with your gun rammer equipment on it and stuff like that, which is probably a must for this tank, I must admit. A gun rammer, probably a gun lane drive, get the aim time in a bit quicker as well.
It does move well for a bigger. That's what moves.
It's a real... I love it. I mean, 10 degrees of gun depression all, just so we're going to see this on this ridge line. Don't need to go all the way over it, I think we do anyway, but that's probably the best tack to use in this tank. Use that little turret, get it over a ridge, and bye-bye tank.
That's just nice.
And we've probably got this, but we're capped out. We're waiting. We're waiting. And then
that's a grind.
Victory. We've got 8 kills already. Radler Walters had a bit of 9.
I noticed that.
So you can see how quick it minces through things. I mean, not many penetrating shots for a lot of damage. 11 penetrating shots, nearly 2,500 damage.
I like it.
It's brilliant. I love it. It's one of my favourite tanks. The most fun to play on game. You're not slug. I mean, O-I that follows it at tier 6.
Yeah.
It's nothing like it. The only thing they share is the name. The O-I's got vast amounts of armour. It's slow as hell. Reloads ridiculous through roof. It's just totally nothing. Playstyle's completely different. So don't think you're going to carry on playing Japanese heavies like you play O-I Experimental, because it just doesn't work that way.
Definitely not. Obviously.
So we're going to look at another replay now. We're going to talk a bit more about its negatives.
Negatives? Has it actually got negatives?
He's got a few. Not many, but it has a few.
Got a few. We's rolling another clip. Killers O-5.
Prokrovka, normally a nightmare for Japanese heavies.
Why?
Because of the size, there's no cover. And the one, we've talked about negatives already in other clips, but one other negative I'm going to mention again. If somebody sees this tank, they kind of want to kill it. Everyone wants to quick get that out of the game, because people know what it can do.
Like farming hit points as well, isn't it?
We can use its view range on this side. I mean, at a push we could have gone mid, but like I say, once artillery, you've got the manoeuvrability to get away, which you haven't in the other Japanese heavies, but this kind of gets, and it always helps when the artillery enemy team goes like absolutely mad across middle of map at the beginning. And it's first one spotted on enemy team. So we're going to push this, and we're going to show that the gun, although it's not inaccurate, it can be from a distance.
Yeah.
Or not. We weren't fully aimed in, we took a chance there trying to get a light attack from a fair few metres away. So we're just going to push this ridge forward. Team kind of, you'll find that team sometimes follow you, sometimes they'll leave you completely and expecting you to carry a match altogether. They seem to be congregating at the bottom of the field, which is a bit strange. That's a KV1 down there. And there you go. That's the drawbacks, the velocity on the shell. We can see here, of a distance it becomes an issue. It's hard to hit a tank up move.
I thought maybe you can just
No.
No.
Yeah, there's plenty of targets. It's like, take your pick, what are we doing? I mean, this is a good thing about this tank. When it does it, normally if you're in a tier 5 game and it hits something, it's killing it.
Boom, she goes.
I mean, that's how good the ramming capabilities on this tank. You can ram some full health tier 5 tanks to death with one ram down the hill in there.
So, if you were coming against one, what's the best tactic to
don't get in front
it?
of it. Try and wait if you can for him to shoot somebody else, and then try and use that 8 seconds you've got before he's loaded again to do a bit of damage. I mean, its nemesis is the Churchill 3.
Yeah,
because of its vast size, normally a Churchill 3 you have to let that gun aim in before you fire, but you can just let loose with it because it's that big, the OI, it hardly ever misses. So it just minces through an OI in no time at all. I mean, yeah, you will pen. I mean, that's not a bad shot there. And you can see that angling the tank. If you get it at a right angle, you can point that front corner. We're bouncing everything. Everything's bouncing off. If you can point that front corner, you've got just as much, you've got 5 mil less on side than you have front. Ideally, you want to show that front a tiny bit more than you outside.
It does turn quite nicely, so you can change your
orientation. That's the beauty of it, and you can see there the T1 Heavy's frontal armour. I mean, I'm just trying to aim centre mass here and hope that the shot swings and moves somewhere. Not really, you can't really aim at this distance with this tank. We've got one into his side there. There's a perfect example of a 40mm sidearm on a T1 Heavy.
Yeah.
That's why it's at 3. Artillery, I think he's going to last longer. You can see here, this gun's just... I mean, the reload's ridiculous for how much damage you're doing at this tier. In every 8 seconds you can destroy it, showing us that side armour again. Bang.
Is that technically like a Tiger 2 reload and damage?
Yeah, pretty much. Exactly.
Yeah.
You just proved the point, and that's at tier 5. I mean, to put it with its view range, its gun depression, its mobility, it's a formidable tank. I mean, we've been sat here now, we've been detected, we've not even moved. We've bounced pretty much everything.
It's still
going to change in a minute, that, because we've got another nemesis of this tank who's going to start shooting us in a minute, the T-67.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you can destroy him pretty easy.
Tank destroyer.
There's 100-ton tank there. They don't budge. I mean, we've taken a bit of a chance here.
It's like a fly.
But
getting your windscreen.
We've got 5 kills. Let's push it. Let's see how many more we can get. There's his little baby brother. And now the T-67 is starting work on us from side.
He's ripping you, isn't he? Is that the only thing hitting you at this moment in time?
He's still flying shots at me, but we need to hide him. Oh, another T on every side was on.
You may as well.
Let's see, that's the side armour we spoke about showing itself again there. And we're still taking hits from his left-hand side. Can we drop one on top of it? Yeah.
He's just been completely...
I don't know what he's trying to do there, to be fair. He's picked the worst possible spot to turn around if he has. And here comes Japanese Heavy again. It's just ridiculous. It really is OP, I feel, for this tier. It's fun. It's the other drawback of this tank is it can struggle in higher tier matches. Because its massive size, nothing struggles to pen it from like tier 6, and we're getting ripped again by that damn nasty tank destroyer. So we have to get out of there.
It goes to prove it's not impervious at tier 5.
No, the armour's not. People seem to think, oh, it's like an O-I. The O-I is pretty well armoured at tier 6. The O-I Experimental is nothing like the O-I at all. 75mm is not a lot of armour. That side armour again. That shot. Can we hide ourselves? Oh, just got down in time. Now we're bouncing shots. You can see how good this tank is. Not this time. If it had said face on there, it would have been in trouble. And here comes the Su-76, and there he is, T-40, raping away as he comes. And this is the thing, full health T-40.
Full health.
Wait for him to come, we've got a sliver left.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, literally. And that's it, game over. Another 8 kills, 12 penetrating shots. It can own a match, you can carry a match in an O-I Experimental without even breaking sweat.
But you can destroy them.
Yeah, they're not impervious, they're not impenetrable, they've not got KV1 armour, they ain't got T1 frontal armour. I mean, not even got the armour of a Churchill on the front.
Are you saying player dependent?
peekaboo, that's what I spoke about, that peekaboo tactic. If you can go shot for shot with 300 alpha damage against a Churchill who's firing 130, it's not going to take you long to kill him.
8 seconds.
Yeah.
And, other players have got time to do
you can't get caught out in open in this tank. You've got to always make sure you've got a bit of cover or you've got somewhere to drop back to. But its mobility helps in that.
Yeah.
If it comes up against, I don't know, 4 KV1s coming at you with a Churchill behind you when you're on your own, you can get out of there. They're not going to catch you.
Yeah, true.
So and you can drop back to a position where you can see them before they can see you coming. 360 metre view range. I think it's 260 on a KV1. You've got 100 metres before he can even see you.
It's even better.
So use it.
You're selling it, mate. You're definitely selling it, mate.
It's definitely number one. Oh, there wasn't even an argument on this.
Here we are again. Killers 05 with your O-I at number 1. Go on then.
Well, we're on the Loof, yeah. Ella Loof. You can see mobility here, it just trams on. With 40 kilometres an hour, we just touched there briefly.
Are you taking point in it?
Yeah. Well, big point, it's not really OI point, but a big point. Have a look at this map here, see what you're up against, and see where you think them tanks might go. We've got potentially 4 heavies on enemy team. Are all 4 going to come up here? Sometimes you get overconfident in this tank, you can think you can take on world. That's an issue. I mean, here, we're not going to go to the traditional corner on Luff, where everybody goes up a bit more to where we were to his left. Normally we push on there, but we've got gun depression. So we're going to use these mounds here to his right hand corner, his left but right, if that makes sense, to the right hand side of the corner but our left, as we're coming up now. And we're going to just try and use that, because it's got a tiny little turret. If you can drop your gun down over a corner, and that's all they've got to shoot at, your little turret. You know you've got a massive great hulking hull, but if you can just use your turret as the only visible point of reference, it's not going to be that easy to hit. And it's still 75mm of armour all the way round. That's not just on front, that's all the way round. And it is slightly angled in places, you can see. It's not flat. It's kind of like an hexagon shape, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a 30p.
We're going to see here that T-34s don't have much trouble penning you. Straight under his tank. Got to place that in a better place.
It's always worth a shot.
Yeah. When we come down to negatives, that is the negative. The large size, it is massive. It gets its poor camo rating.
Is it actually poor or is it pants?
It's
pants. It cover the whole map?
Yeah, it's pants. If you're anywhere near anything gets spotted, look at that. It loves to hit tracks as well. It does love to hit tracks. We can see at the velocity, even over this short distance, it's still looping slightly. And it's another drawback is it's weak ammo rack. It's not got the best ammo rack. I don't think I get ammo racked in any of these videos. Yeah, but its ammo rack tends to get slipped a few cripples. As you can see, we've got a couple of light tanks helping us. That's pretty much it. We saw the T-34, he didn't struggle to pen us. He didn't even have to aim in, he just shot at us. The armour's not impervious at all, so don't think you can go barrel rolling around. Tier 3s and 4s, yeah, they are going to struggle against you. This is what I'm talking about. Get that turret on the top hill. Tracks again, every time it tracks.
It's not a Bogota.
Yeah.
Yeah, it isn't.
And we're going to try and stick one of these side for his fuel cells, and we don't pen. Typical. He's got space armour outside, probably. So now we're packing this. We'd only get 20 more penetration from a premium round to a standard.
It's not much different.
No, it's not much. That's another drawback at tank. And you see, it's still enough for a Bogota's
turret. This turret quite big for you there, isn't
it? And this poor medium free going around the corner, tier 3 medium tank is in the game 1 minute, it gets spotted in his artery, it win about 2. This is what this tank can be so cruel to enemies in lower tiers. As you can see here, you don't really have to aim in some. He's just destroyed his game with one shot. I mean, the medium is behind him, we just spotted him, and he's just got.
Okay.
I mean, there's not many tanks you can do that with. That's the good thing about having high alpha damage on a tank, is that you can remove a tank from the game with that one shot. You ain't even got a chance to return fire. It's alright having fire rate, but if he's dead with one shot, he ain't firing back anyway. We're taking shots here now, and you can see the armour's not impervious at all. And we're going to show a big drawback if you come up against something with a fast reload. Even the Marder here, tier 4 Marder, he's not struggling to pen us.
No, he just had to get out of the way.
So I'm a bit worried here. We've got a little bit of backup. T14 siders on. Wham. And then that's another thing I like to mention about this tank. if you shoot somebody in this tank, they kind of take notice. It kind of makes them your focal point of where they're going to fire from then on. So you kind of got 3 tanks fighting someone in front, and you shoot them inside. They kind of trying to turn and try and fight you because
That's a good point. Actually.
And we're going to say it's mobile yet, but it can get caught. If you get caught out and open, we're going to show you. You're not going to. I know we've not got many hit points left, but it's still we're going to get caught here. We're looking. Can we get any shots? No shots. Team's pushing up all around us. Got a bit greedy. Got a bit ahead of herself. Matilda spots us, and now we're face on. We take one. We bounce one. We take one.
You're in the open.
Yeah, I'm trying to angle best I can. We bounce a few. He's still firing his premium rounds. Tracks every time it's in the tracks.
That's a black tank.
And there we go. It's killed us. If this tank gets caught out and open, we're a tank with a quick firing gun that's not struggling to pen you, you're not lasting long.
But that's technically player dependent though, isn't it?
Yeah, I got a bit greedy. Yeah. I got a bit ahead of myself.
Don't drive in the open.
Yeah, I mean, we still picked up 6 kills in that game.
Yeah.
And when you think, if you're doing 300 alpha damage a shot, I know you don't do that every time because a lot of tier 3s don't have that much health, but 10 penetrating shots is 3,000 damage, and you can do that like 80 seconds.
Yeah, impressive.
Yeah, so
you got enough ammo to do it as well. You've got enough ammo to carry it out as well, haven't you? Come on then, Killers 05. I want us to sum up this top 5, tier 5, number 1 heavy.
Do you want to start with negatives?
Oh god, yeah.
Negatives.
Always negative first.
Large size.
It's big.
Yeah, so it's easily shot. And it's got bad camo rating, so it's easily spotted as well, just to top it off.
That's good.
High tier's pen it easy. It's got no armour for a high tier tank.
So if you end up in tier 7, hit points.
Yeah, pretty much. You can do a bit of damage. You've got a gun to do damage, but you're hit points.
Yeah.
Premium ammo only being 20mm better off than a standard shell is not great.
There's not much difference.
No, not at all. The other negatives, it's got a bit of low velocity on shot, so it's kind of loopy. So it's hard to hit a tank on a run.
I always thought it was a dirt gun. It's not, is it?
Yeah, and we've mentioned it's kind of a little bit on the weak ammo rack. It's not overly weak, but siders on it can get its ammo rack took out. And that's pretty much it for weak points.
Okay, not many negatives then.
No. And we comes at pluses.
Go on then. Hit me with the positives.
Alpha damage, 300 a shot.
That's good.
Standard. Good reload, 8 seconds to do another 300.
Yeah.
Top speed, nearly 40 kilometres an hour.
Wow.
For something that's 100 ton.
That's good for a big one.
Yeah. Ramming, we already spoke about 100 tons.
Yeah.
KV5 ramming statistics.
Yeah. Damage to weight.
What can you say? View range 360 metre.
That's very good for tier 5.
Fantastic, best out of tier 5. 100 shells, lots of ammo.
Never run out.
No weak spots. I know we've only got 75mm armour, but we've got 75mm armour everywhere.
Yeah.
All the way around on his turret, all the way down front, top to bottom. It's 75mm.
A tier 3, which you will see tier 3.
Yeah.
And 4, will they?
Well, briefly.
So
you wipe him out with one shot. You will see tier 3 of.
They're going to struggle to pen you, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
He's got fantastic gun depression. With 10 degrees, which is fantastic.
You need it, really.
And 700 hit points to go in.
Yeah, so
you could go all day with it. Play style, peekaboo.
All day long.
Yeah, peekaboo. Take a shot, get back in cover, pop back out, take a shot. Trade shots, if you're trading shots with a KV1, so be it. He's going to do 160 damage to you, so you're going to whack him for 300. We're only going to do one winner.
Yeah.
There's another little negative in there with playstyle. Just be careful. If you shoot someone, they tend to focal their attention on you.
Yeah.
And everyone, if you're no eye in a tier 5 match, everybody wants to kill you to get you out of the way. Yeah. That goes for artillery as well.
Agree with that.
Artillery still want to try and poon you. They love you.
Big, aren't you?
If you want to kill one, sides are slightly thinner armour than the front.
A square on though, isn't it?
Yeah.
At an angle, you're still going to struggle.
Yeah, you're still going to struggle. So. Try and get behind it, you've still got armour at back, but it's its best chance of getting it. Work on its reload. Try and, if you take a shot, pop out, you've got quite a quick fire rate, try and get a couple off and then get back and cover yourself before it's reloaded.
No, that makes sense.
And if you can just minimise how much tank you show into it, because its accuracy is not... it's not bad.
Sometimes.
We've mentioned it's actually already at 0.41.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but there's a chance it could miss you, so the less tank you've got to shoot at is better for you.
No, that's good.
If I were fitting... equipment, gun rammer, gun lane drive. That gets it loaded quicker, gets your aimed in quicker. They're a must really. You can use a spore line. We've already mentioned HE tends to like to kill this thing.
Yeah.
So that's a thing to avoid. And vents, that's another one you could use to speed everything up a little bit, break everything up.
Don't forget we're showing a fully upgraded.
Yeah, this is fully upgraded with 100mm or 10cm gun, whichever one you want to call it.
So you're only getting your mobility with the last upgrade. It definitely is the last upgrade because you do notice the difference.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Perks for crew. Sixth Sense is not a bad one. We being so big, you get spotted from far away without even seeing anybody. But the view range makes up for that kind of thing. So that's pretty much it. But I mean, the clips tell you everything you need to know about that tank.
Yes, definitely.
It just kills things.
Yeah.
And it racks up damage.
It's about it, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's our number one for a good reason. Yeah. It pounds.
It's fun to play and it just destroys things quickly.
It definitely does.
If it's a tier 5 match,
you're going to do well.
You're having a field day.
Yeah. So once you've mastered it, you're going to be having a lot of fun on it, aren't you?
Yeah.
You do.
Don't expect it to carry on though in O-I. Next tank on at tier 6. It's not the same tank at all.
I think the other thing is don't expect to drive out and then expect good results, because if you just go too far balls in, you're just going to regret it, aren't you?
Always got to look for cover it.
Yeah, so I think that's it. Our tier 5 top 5 heavy. Number 1 is the O-I.
Experimental.
Hell yeah, experimental.
What's next up, Tupac Bro?
I think we're going to dip a toe in tier 5 top 5 tank destroyers.
Tank destroyers now.
Yeah,
Nice. If anybody's got any other reviews they want us to do, we've already done a Panzer 38 video for someone. If anybody else has got one they want us to check out,
drop us a line on Twitter at Gemini Rogues. And if you want any exclusives, always pop on to Twitter. There's always an exclusive there. It's either what we're going to do next or a little snippet of what we're doing. I think that covers it.
Yeah, and if you've liked the video, give us a like and subscribe.
Oh yes, always subscribe.
And thank you very much for listening.
And watching, definitely. Laters.